Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're getting into something pretty significant that's coming up in intelligent automation.
That's right. We're looking at how WorkflowGen is planning to support the Model Context Protocol, MCP.
Exactly, MCP. We've got some shared sources here, and we're going to unpack what this standard really is, and maybe more importantly, what it could mean for you, for your business.
Yeah, because the big hurdle right now often is getting AI, your smart agents or LLMs, to properly interact with everything else you use.
Like your CRM, databases, all those existing tools.
Precisely. It's often complex, usually means building these kind of fragile, custom connections over and over. AI needs context, good context, and it needs to interact securely. That's the core issue.
Okay, so let's unpack this MCP, this Model Context Protocol. Based on what we're seeing, how should we think about it? What is it fundamentally?
Well, think of MCP as maybe a universal language or like a standardized handshake.
A handshake, okay.
Yeah, for AI to talk to external systems. Its main job is to create this reliable, secure communication layer. So different AIs, different models can connect to your tools, your data sources.
Without needing completely custom code for every single connection.
Exactly that. It standardizes how they talk to each other.
And this is where WorkflowGen comes in, because the sources say they're planning to add support for MCP. Looks like June 2025 is the target.
That's the plan mentioned, yeah. And it fits right into WorkflowGen's approach. They talk about their hybrid agentic approach.
Right, mixing human expertise with AI agents within the actual workflows.
Exactly. And they see MCP support as a way to really, boost that approach significantly. It means the AI agents running inside your WorkflowGen processes, they can act as MCP clients.
Okay, so the agent becomes a client.
Yeah.
What does that unlock?
It means they could then talk easily and securely to any other system or tool that also speaks MCP. So you're potentially bypassing all that painful custom integration work for each system.
I see. So if my inventory system speaks MCP and my WorkflowGen agent speaks MCP.
They can communicate directly following the standard. This is also really key for things like retrieval augmented generation, RAG.
Retrieval augmented generation. Wait, let's just pause on that.
Mm-hmm.
So RAG is basically when the AI model looks up external current info to make its answers better, right? Grounding its responses.
You got it. RAG needs access to external knowledge. MCP provides a standardized way for the agent in the workflow to get that data, to ground itself.
Okay, that makes sense. So let's bring this back to the practical side for businesses listening. What's the real impact here? What can WorkflowGen users actually do differently or maybe just much more easily with this MCP support?
Right. The sources definitely point to some key advantages. First one, probably the most obvious, is just simplified AI integrations.
Cutting down that complexity you mentioned earlier.
Exactly, that huge technical effort. It gets drastically reduced because you're using a standard connection method, not rebuilding the wheel every time.
That alone sounds like a massive win, just getting past that integration roadblock.
It really is. And second, building on that, you enable more powerful context-aware AI.
How so?
Well, because the AI agents can now access data and use tools in this standard way through MCP, using things like RAG for current information, they can just make much better decisions.
Because they know more?
They know more and they can do more. They get more accurate, provide more nuanced insights. They become much more versatile players within your actual business processes.
Yeah, you can really picture that. Like a customer service scenario, maybe. The agent powered by WorkflowGen and MCP could instantly pull the customer's order history from the ERP and the latest troubleshooting tips from the knowledge base.
All via MCP connections to give a really tailored response in real time.
Or maybe document processing. An agent sends a contract to some specialized analysis service via MCP, gets structured data points back automatically.
Those kinds of complex, context-heavy tasks become much more feasible. And that leads straight to the third benefit the sources highlight: increased agility and faster innovation.
Because connecting the AI isn't a huge project each time.
Precisely. You can deploy intelligent automation solutions much faster. You can try things, iterate, innovate more quickly because the plumbing is standardized.
It feels like it lowers the barrier to entry for using AI in a really meaningful way, deep inside your processes.
That's a good way to put it. And finally, there's enhanced governance and security. The sources stress this.
Which is crucial, obviously.
Absolutely critical. The protocol itself is designed for secure interactions, so it helps you keep control over how AI gets access to your data and what it's allowed to do.
Okay, so wrapping this up, WorkflowGen adopting MCP It sounds like it's not just, adding another feature. It's more fundamental.
I think so. It's about making intelligent automation more accessible, yes, but also significantly smarter by giving agents real context and the ability to interact.
And making sure it's integrated securely, not just some bolt-on AI tool working in isolation.
Right. It helps AI become a truly integrated, aware participant in the flow of work. Operationalizing AI effectively, really.
So the question this leads for you, listening in, is probably something like, as integrating AI with all your different systems potentially gets this much easier, how might you need to rethink your core processes to truly take advantage of that? Something to think about.